Hello there. I am sorry, coughing there. I am in Bristol today, and just here for a day. Then heading back to London tonight. But in any case, here's another show clip. As I'm traveling this month of May, pretty much going everywhere. So you're going to see the different locations where I will be. Just a short pill about what is physical theater. So, as I'm recording these videos on the spur of the moment, I just have ideas that sort of come up daily, and I'm trying to make this as spontaneous as possible, like a daily vlog, and hoping that would be useful for anybody who is involved in physical theater. So, just to introduce myself, my name is Tom Corradini. I am a theater producer, artist, composer. You can visit my website, www.tomcorradini.it, and I wrote the Avignon Rough Guide in case anybody's interested in participating in the Avignon Fringe Festival this year. And going back to my introduction, what is physical theater? Now, my passion for theater began with that. I was not interested that much in prose or anything like that. In another video, I'll tell you bits and pieces of my life. But what really made me click and literally change the direction of my life was doing Lecoq theater training. This is your training, not the Lecoq school in Paris. And I'll make another video actually about the Lecoq method and so on and so forth. But I did the school. I attended the school in Turin for 3 years. That really changed the direction of my life. I mean, I ended up being a full-time artist, which I was doing on the side, but like I said, I never took the leap, and I did take the leap something like 16, 17 years ago. I don't remember right now. But in any case, I also directed a physical theater festival for 3 years in the city of Alba, northern Italy. And, the question arose by many people attending the festival and so on, and when I explained what I do, what is physical theater? And that's an interesting question because there is not a straightforward definition. I'll give you my subjective definition, and then I'll sort of explore as we go along with this conversation. Physical theater is anything where it's a theatrical form where movement it's in the foreground when telling a story. This is my definition, right? And it really encompasses a broad spectrum. So we're speaking about pantomime, dance theater. We're speaking about circus. We're speaking about clowning. We're speaking about Asian theater, Buto, for example. That's physical theater as well, as far as I'm concerned. So movement, really, it's in the foreground. That doesn't mean that there is no speech attached, but what is important is what you do, not what you say. I mean, what you say is important, of course, in the structure of a story, but really in the foreground, we always have your actions. That makes it very cinematic, by the way. So it's naturally related to cinema in a way, because cinema is moving images. And as you're telling a story by movement, of course, there's a gray area which kind of overlaps with cinema. As a matter of fact, I would say the majority of physical theater shows I watched, they're very beautiful in video as well, which is different from prose, because in prose, which is sort of linked to literature, think about Shakespeare, for example. In prose, having prose in video in a way, it really tires you after a while, because you have to focus and be concentrated on what people say. But with physical theater, it's completely different, and so the way the audience absorbs your show will be from the point of view of the so-called animal brain or a primordial brain or unconscious brain. You don't have to tell or explain everything. So it's very related to images and emotions in a way. This is not a philosophical speech. This is very important because that definition of what physical theater is, I found out with time, especially when I ran this festival for 3 years, the Alba International Physical Theater Festival. It's different from country to country. So for example, for Americans, by and large, what I found out, for them, physical theater really is something like acrobatics, something where, you gotta be physical fit and, something related to an extreme use of the body. But as far as I'm concerned, physical theater, and I'm gonna show you, is this. This is physical theater, believe it or not. because you can tell a story with your hands. I actually have a friend of mine, and his name is Jacopo. He's got like a whole show, a 50-minute show with his hands. That's all he does. Just a show with his hands. Incredible. But that's physical theater. So this is physical theater as well. This is how Indians, for example, in India, say yes. You know, you ask a question, they go like, all right. So what I'm saying is, oh, there's a chopper right above me. That's okay. Yeah, carrying on. It passed away. Watch it start fading away. So I can give you some examples related to film, for example, or TV. You know, we're in Britain right now, Bristol. So I think a good example would be Benny Hill. He was like, you know, a great physical clown, Mr. Bean, and physical theater. If we speak about movies, is also, you know, old movies before the era of sound. So you would have Buster Keaton, you would have Charlie Chaplin, all these great actors that actually played in silent movies. And as a matter of fact, watching silent movies of the 30s, 20s, or whatever, it's a good way just to get an introduction on the physical skits and gigs and so on, and what makes people laugh and you know, whatever. Now, it doesn't have to be focus on comedy, but what I found out, and I'll speak about the Lecoq method maybe in the future, is that it naturally tends to be comic in a way, to lean towards comedy for a number of factors. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a natural tendency, you know. If you engage in that, the tendency to make people laugh just comes up spontaneously. Also because people, I think nowadays, they're not used to that any longer. You know, we intellectualize a lot, and going back to the state of no mind, the child state, and the state where you're actually communicating. You know, just doing this, which is funny. I don't know. I find it funny myself. I'm saying this because it's you know, physical theater is not for 20 years old or 30 years old. You can do that until you're 90. I mean, you can do this, you know, when you're 90 and so on and so forth. And also, it works on different levels of energy. So as I was saying, in America, it's always very competitive, and it looks like you gotta, you know, mega fit or something like that, but you don't. And a great artist I know, great dancer, by the way, she's fat. She's not, you know, she's the anti-hero in a way, but she does these sort of dance clowning routines, and she's great. So I'm conveying this message just to tell you that no matter how old you are, and no matter what your level of physical fitness is, you can do physical theater. And we speak about the training as well. You know, what do you do usually during the day to keep fit and stuff like that. And it's nothing drastic at all. That's an idea for the next video. Anyway, if you're interested in, you know, in an introduction towards physical theater, especially if you're studying theater, there are different methods out there. I did Lecoq myself. So, but that's for another video. So this is what physical theater is for me, very subjective view, and I'm here in Bristol, and another video, another day. Take care, bye-bye.